What's going on, guys? It's Dave's Daily Trades, back with another update with ticker symbol AMC. In today's episode, we're going to be breaking down the key levels and actually going over a Wyckoff accumulation on the 5-minute chart that looks very promising. We're also going to take a quick look and analyze the past earning calls for GME and see if this potentially has any weight on where we are headed for tomorrow. We're also, as always, going to be breaking down the options flow using unusual whales. And last but not least, talk about Citadel securities withholding their clients' withdrawals. Very exciting, guys. But without further ado, we're going to roll right into the intro and then hop into the technical analysis. So while we're already zoomed out, we're actually just going to hop right into the Gamestop earnings. Of course, Gamestop beat on earnings, but of course, the stock was still drove down in after hours, which I hate to say it at this point, pretty much should be a given. I mean, GameStop, AMC, all these other meme stocks could literally cure cancer and we would be down 10% the next day. Sadly, that is just how it works. But I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, GameStop earnings are tomorrow, so that means AMC is going to be down with it. And I just want to walk through the past 3 earnings reports. And I'm actually getting these dates here from MarketBeat. As you can see below, we're looking at 9/7, 6/8, and 3/22, all in 2021. And of course, there was one 12/7/2020, but that was really pre-everything. So we're just going to take a look at those key dates. So starting off with the most recent one was on that 9/7 date, which we did have a green day and a few consecutive green days as well. And really notice here that we are on this uptrend and it did not break the uptrend. Keep that in mind as we go further. Now, number 2, looking at 6/8, we were already trading down and having a negative price action with the stock. So we continued with it. Looking back to the third one, on 3/22, we were actually, I know this is way back when, coming up to that resistance level, got rejected, and started trading down. So what I'm trying to get with this is don't stress over GameStop's earnings. I know they beat, I know they still traded down, but I really don't think it is going to change the direction in which AMC is trading in. And if we take a quick look, of course, guys, we have been discussing the Wyckoff accumulation on this larger scale picture, and I don't want to bore you to death. So we're actually going to be looking at something a little bit more interesting. Now, this is the same Wyckoff, small differences, but a Wyckoff accumulation on the 5-minute chart. And this is actually looking really, really interesting. Before we dive into it, because it is a little different from the last one, I'm just going to show you exactly what I'm looking at. Where are we here? So we are looking at schematic 2 in this document, which I have been linking in the description, and I will continue to link in the description as well because this is so freaking interesting. So the difference between number 2 and number 1 on the accumulation is in phase C, you do get that spring, which is the lowest point in that trading range. Now, the differences between this one and number 2 is during phase C, you get this LPS range, which is still in the lower portion of your trading range, but it does not break that overall trading range. Now, hopping back into this, it should look very familiar. I hope it does at least. Anyways, what we have here is on 12/1, so just about 7 days ago, we did have that selling climax down to $26.82. We had the automatic reaction back up to the top portion of our trading range. After that, sell test came down. Oops, and sorry, my internet is bugging out yet again. Came down to the sell test, a little higher than your selling climax per the accumulation schematic. Came back up, had one more retest of the higher trading range, and then came back into sell test in phase B, which sell test in phase B is the lowest point in the schematic that we should see. And of course, guys, this is on a micro level time frame. Now, once we got into phase C, we started seeing this LPS here. That was really great seeing that test, but we found comfort. We pretty much bottomed out at this level over here, right around 28.50, call it. I like even numbers. Came back up, did another LPS, which of course is exactly how the schematic puts it. Have that LPS here at 29, and you can see the steady stair-stepping here, which I love to see. Today was a phenomenal day. I love seeing AMC move like this, 4.22%. I literally haven't said that yet, but really great to see it. Moved up all the way into our SOS. And if we do want to just take a quick look back here, the SOS comes on the top of the trading range. And that is literally where we sit right now. And of course, guys, look at this. We are trading in this downward wedge pattern, also known as a bull flag. The bull flag and an SOS love to break out to the upside, which literally is phase E. Now, am I saying tomorrow we're absolutely just going to take off and blast through? No. We could still be testing out this SOS phase. We may come down to a low, especially because of GameStop earnings in the pre-market might bring us down a little bit. Right now in after hours, we're actually up a little bit in after hours. We were down, I believe, like 1.5%, but now we're only down 0.56%, so nothing major, guys. We may come down to the lower region of this, test that automatic reaction phase and this higher test over here, right around 3109, before starting the breakout to the upside. Now, of course, that's worst case coming down to that 3111 point, but maybe a potential retest of $32 before breaking out. Another very highly plausible option there. But of course, guys, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Nonetheless, this accumulation looks very promising. And of course, phase E is right on the way. And as we discussed earlier in the week, we're looking at the 1 minute chart as well. We saw another accumulation play out in front of that. So it's pretty crazy that we're getting these micro-based accumulations and distributions within larger scale accumulations that we're seeing for the past 6 months. So we can break this down from the 1 minute to the 5 minute to the 1 hour to the 1 day and even to the 1 week. So that is why I literally love Wyckoff. Wyckoff is literally life moving forward. I love it, guys. But anyways, that is what I am predicting for tomorrow. And anyways, I do want to jump into, actually, while we're here, we're going to discuss the debacles going on with Citadel Securities. So if you guys haven't heard this yet, pretty much they are saying, or at first Citadel came out and made a statement of saying you're going to be, or you only can withdraw like 6.25% of your capital at one given time. That was kind of a, listen, please don't pull out, guys. But what I think what happened is they got hammered with withdrawals. So their latest announcement was, hey, if you withdraw, you will never be able to invest in Citadel Securities ever again. You get like a perma-life ban on that. That's some shit you see on like Reddit. But anyways, guys, sure, that's exciting news. But my takeaway from this is Citadel and other hedge funds are absolutely bleeding right now. And the desperation that the stunt that was pulled by Citadel shows, it's desperation. They're absolutely desperate for liquidity, and they literally could lose the game if their investors pull out. So they need to do everything they can. They need to pull all the strings so that this doesn't blow up in their face. They know where this stands. They know exactly what we're thinking. They watch our freaking videos, guys. Of course they do. The interns. I feel bad for them. You got to listen to my voice every single day. But they know what's about to come. And they physically cannot go without their investors right now. And I am on LinkedIn, and I've been seeing so much of Citadel this, Citadel that, Kenny G this, Kenny G that. It's getting out there. It is really getting out there. Now, do I think it's going to be game over for Citadel in the next couple of days, maybe week? No. I think they have time. They have backup plans, but this is not good for them. And especially, guys, I like to think of them as the big boss. bringing down the big boss in a very different way by posting on LinkedIn, going after their investors to kind of show them what's ahead. It's not a bad tactic. I think it really is shaking up Citadel, and that's the last thing that they saw. So they're playing psychological warfare, but guess what? Us apes, we're smarter than we look. Anyways, let's jump into the options flow. So breaking down the options flow for AMC, nothing really crazy today. We actually only had 12 orders come in for over 100,000. That's what I have my filter set to. Biggest expirations we're looking at, of course, this has been pretty steady. That 12/17/21 expiration, that's definitely more on the bullish side. And then, of course, the 2/18/22, that's been popping up to be pretty popular as well. On top of that, 1/7/22, another very popular expiration that everyone is looking at. But if we break down today's, we're going to go into today's, oopsies. So if we break this down a step further, we can see that the call volume is slightly increasing. Yesterday, this was at just about 60%. So seeing this bump up just about 5.3%, I will take it all day. Put volume being literally the opposite, minus 100, at 34.7%. I mean, this bullish, I love to see it. And just the last thing I want to discuss before I let you guys go for the night is yet another Chinese real estate development firm states it can likely not meet its financial obligations. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Another builder from the southern, Chinese provinces, so it is what it is. But look at this. Mr. Ben down here was kind enough to put together a quick little list, and so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 real estate firms in China that are ready to default. Now, of course, guys, this has been extremely quiet, and I think it really kind of comes down to China being a communist country and how they really handle all of their debacles. So it's going to take time to play out. But guys, this list is literally going to keep on growing. This is a very large issue going on, and I do believe is going to have lots of impact into the U.S. equity markets. Now, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's highly unlikely that's going to happen next week. But I think in the mid to short term time frame, we are absolutely going to start to see this bleed over into the United States equity market. And that, guys, it's not going to look good. It's going to put even more stress on those hedge funds to meet those margin requirements. And you know what happens when margin requirements can't be met. We see forced liquidations, and we see AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, all the other meme stocks. They go absolutely parabolic. So, guys, I'll leave you on that note. Hope you all have a wonderful night. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.